the universe is going to bring good in some way once you open this door. So, yours might be different. Yours might be in some ways that totally different, but wouldn't you like to have more good in your life? Now, let's dissect this because there's a lot of stories around finances and shifts in relationships and body. When you see that, let's say a money shift that comes in, what do you what do you feel is happening? Is there like a timeline that the person plugs into where they are blessed abundantly, or is it that they have all this blockage, maybe not allowing something good to come in, and in that moment they sort of part the clouds and they allow that to come in, and then that then makes them feel better and they start to have faith, and it sort of like jump starts this new reality. How do you see it, Nidhu?
Such a good question, Darius. I'm so glad you asked. It
Okay.
does have more to do with the second
Okay.
and a daily practice. Because what you can do on a daily basis is how you're going to latch on to that timeline and keep that timeline going.
I knew it was timelines. I knew it was timelines. That's okay because I try to think through it, but this is the thing I gotta say is I feel this a lot, and let me know, everyone. Do you feel sometimes like you make a choice, you make another choice, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm just going down this timeline that is not what I want. Like my life is getting harder and harder, and that you should change tracks, but you can't, or it just feels like you go further and further down one path and it gets harder. No, I've been there. I mean, let me tell you, I have to keep on the right timeline every single day, especially in this world and this, reality we're in. So let me know. Judith said yes. Fallion said, whenever I improve, there are people and energies that put me back worse and worse. So it's like going back to that timeline. Wow. Okay, so you said timeline. I got excited, but keep going with that. Aaron says constantly, constantly. So there is a timeline element to this, which I think is super exciting because we all have a higher timeline. We all have a higher timeline. Everyone, please remember that. Okay, go ahead, Nidhu. Sorry.
And the way to that timeline is a daily practice, which is also one of the things that excites me so much about the decrees and the decrees processes, because it's so simple to do. And I'll also tell you this, once you see how easy it is and how fun it is and how much joy is possible, even in those brief seconds and minutes, it's addictive. And this constantly parting the clouds on a daily basis, letting the sun shine on a daily basis is how you are going to become part of the timeline, and the timeline is going to become part of you, because that's the gap here when it comes to timelines. You know what you want.
Right.
The timeline knows what you want. You want to catch the timeline, but the timeline has not yet become a part of you, which is why you grasp it, you collapse. You grasp it, you collapse. Sometimes it's other people's energies. Sometimes it's just our own comfort zones that I just don't know how to maintain continuing to get this kind of money. I just don't know how to maintain this kind of health. I just don't know how to maintain this kind of happiness in this relationship. So we let go of the timeline. The
You're right.
timeline is not yet a part of us. And this thing, right, this emphasis on daily work, the fact is that from here to there, which is from this timeline to that timeline, happens one day, one step, one shift at a time. The day is the day for everyone. But if you're okay, good, well rested, happy, you also have an okay, happy, good day. Even if something were to go off on that day, it doesn't feel so heavy and bad because you're okay. You're feeling light. Your sun is shining. I mean, think about it. Your life is how your days are, and how your days are is your life. If you're going to change your life, you're going to have to start by changing your days, starting today. And
Today.
today, you're going to know how to part those clouds and continue returning home to the light, home to the superconscious, because your superconscious is the timeline you choose, that timeline of joy, love, happiness, tolerance, kindness, telepathy, ESP, ascension, whatever it is that you describe this timeline as for yourself, it's in the superconscious, and it is through the superconscious that the timeline is going to become part of us. Because remember, that's what we want. We latch, we let go. We latch, we let go. But if it's part of us, it's moving through us, then there's no need to latch, and there will be absolutely no way you can let go because it's become part of you.